On YouTube, live from the Glenview Community Ice Center. It is the AHAI State Playoffs, round of 16, as against an unfamiliar opponent from not only the CCHL but Illinois North Central, the Notre Dame Dons. Dylan Ward here on the Hockey Network. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust for being our presenting sponsor all season long. And, well, it's do or die for the Titans. Varsity 2 in the last game, round of 32. That was a 3-0 final score. And just like every round in this tournament, it's single elimination. The season will not continue. Games here tonight.
Yeah, Dylan, and I just hope that, GBS comes out with a little bit more fire than they did last time. They won 3-0. But I think that it was the game are telling. I just think it was kind of a slow start, kind of went slow through the middle of the game. They win 3-0, which was more like it, but I don't think they played the game that they wanted to play, and I'm sure Philbin's going to want a little bit of something more from their team tonight.
Gerard Boris, our video producer, as always. Joe Hoffer will be controlling the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen tonight. Sam Schwartz down there doing PA tonight. I know he's got the ref mics hooked up. We've got some for the Titans, win or lose, because if they do move on, the rest of the state tournament is at a neutral site, West Meadows Ice Arena in Rolling Meadows, and then Allstate Arena for the final. Also, those games are on SHL Network, meaning not only is this the final home game, win or lose for the Titans this season.
Yeah, Dylan, I just think that you do a great job here with GBS, and you've been here all season, and for the last you're doing these kids proud with your broadcast.
On the Elite Eight, you might call it, quarterfinal against the winner of York versus Hinsdale Central. That game is taking place also tonight, but a little later on, 8:00 p.m. at Addison Ice Arena. The Titans starting netminder today will be Thomas Preston. In the regular season, a 14-10-2 record, a .245 goals allowed average, and a .920 save percentage. 3 shutouts. He had a shutout in the last game as well. We'll turn it over to Sam Schwartz with today's starting lineups.
For the round of 16, today's game features the 12th seed Notre Dame Dons versus your 5 seed Glenbrook South Titans. It's now time to meet today's starting lineups. First for visiting Notre Dame Dons. They are coached by Justin Wong. Here is his starting lineup at left defense, senior number 34. Correction, number 30, Daniel Molak. On defense, number 79, Ryan Hankin. At left wing, number 38, Alex Wentulens. At right wing, number 31, Philip Laplano. At center, number 27, Dylan Lazara. And in goal, number 50, Michael Molak. And now, the starting lineup for your Glenbrook South Titans. They're coached by Jimmy Philbin. And left defense, junior number 6, Lucas Fagan. And right defense, senior number 14, Ryan Mulvey. And left wing, sophomore number 11, Teddy Cruz. And right wing, senior number 40, Alex Tuta. At center, senior number 23, Asher Vanderpool. And defender taking goal, sophomore number 41, Thomas Rustin. Let's meet today's officials. The referees are Bob Pagani and David Gora. Horns people are Chris Zoris and Constantine Zubris. The official score is Sam Schwartz. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you please rise if you are able and willing to face the flag as we honor our country and those who serve with an organ rendition of our national anthem.
Titans home game. Only fitting that we get the full pregame festivities here at Glenview Ice Center. You heard the starting goalie for the Titans, Thomas Preston. Let's take a look at the starting goalie for the visitors, the Notre Dame Dons. Michael Mulek in 17 CCHL games, a record of 10-6-1, goals allowed average of 3.01, save percentage of .859. In Illinois North Central, 20 games played, 10-7-3 record, 2.18 goals allowed average, and a .902 save percentage. Notre Dame plays a double schedule, similar to St. Ignatius, plays SHL and CCHL. They play CCHL and North Central, so that's something to look out for.
Yeah, Dylan, I also noticed for Mr. Mulak, I hope he doesn't get hurt because I don't see a backup goalie on the Notre Dame bench.
Yeah, they do not have one available. They only had 2 goalies besides him on the roster, but neither of them with a game played in the regular season. So we are underway at Glenview Ice Center. Do or die for the Titans as they look to advance to the Sweet 16 for the 7th straight season. Puck taken away by Notre Dame. Wojtulewicz taken back by Asher Vanderplug, plays it to the far side, and picked up by Lazara. Near side for Mulek. Back for Ryan Hennigan. Out to Lazara, but Teddy McCrulis made things difficult for him. Now it's played out, backhanded in by Wojtulewicz. Preston behind the goal line leaves it for Will Fagan. Tried to get it out to the neutral zone, he did, but it's knocked right back in. Asher Vanderplug in the starting lineup for Jim Philbin. He's back after missing a couple games. Here's a shot from Alex Tutai. That one stopped. Good to see him back in the lineup here in his senior year as he plays his last couple games at the high school level. I think Deet thought it was going to be offside, so that allows Blake Hoffer to pick it back up, leave it for Luke Fagan. Now across Owen Cosmeter, trying to tap it along the far boards and ahead for Hoffer to eventually get to him. Now Cosmeter, backhand pass to Hoffer. Entering the zone, Blake Hoffer. Down to the far side corner, takes a tough angle shot, but that's stopped by Mulek. Now the Titans keep it in. Jonah Weiss down to the net. Cosmeter, backhand, centering pass for Hoffer. Couldn't find him. Blake Hoffer, Jonah Weiss were on a line with Jackson Ventura last time out, and those 3 combined for all 3 Titan goals. Blake Hoffer with 2, and Jackson Ventura with 1. Jonah Weiss with a primary assist on all 3. Weiss now centers it. Luke Fagan couldn't get the one-timer away. Now Mendoza sends it deep. Taken back by Patrick Lemke. Behind the net, kicked back to the stick. And try and get it out. Kept in by Mendoza again. Now Hoffer, left point, fires a shot. That one goes wide. I've been broadcasting Glenbrook South hockey for a long time, and in my time with this team, they have never played the Notre Dame Dons in any competition. Here's Jonah Weiss now. Around the boards, tipped out and to the neutral zone. This team lost in the CCHL Kennedy Cup semifinals to St. Ignatius. Ignatius overtime to beat them in game 2 after beating them 4-0 in game 1. And St. Ignatius, a team that took 2 out of 3 games against the Titans this season. So when you look at the seeds, Titans are in this game, but got to watch out because they played a really good game against the Wolfpack.
Dylan, I noticed that Mendoza's taken a couple hits from the Notre Dame players, so I like it. I think he's awake. You know, he's a very, very good player, so awake here. And we'll see how he contributes to this team.
Notre Dame, no doubt, a physical. They have 402 penalty minutes in 17 CCHL games. That's second most in the league. Then you look at the North Central, 396 penalty minutes. That's first place in that league, which has 12 teams. Here's Lazara taking a shot, and Thomas Preston with the save. That'll be his first stop of the evening. Now right circle, send across. Wojtulewicz, fan on the shot. That's their leading point scorer in both CCHL and North Central. So a break for the Titans. Now he's going to crash the net again. Save made, and kept keeping it out as Preston. Now a shot from up high, got blocked. Replay to see exactly what level of save Thomas Preston just made, but he kept that one out.
That looked pretty sweet.
Still without a whistle. game. McCrulis gets around one. Tough angle shot. That's stopped by Mulek. Now right in front of the net. Over to the far side, watch Hulowitz. Backhands it out. Will it have enough juice? No, it slows down, and Will Fig back out to the neutral zone.
Vanderpleet had a great opportunity there. It just kind of like went from the backhander to the forehander. It almost went too quickly, and it just ripped it over the net. Got too much on that puck.
That puck hit Gate. Kosmeter tips it in. Down to the far side corner, Owen Kosmeter. Taken back by Notre Dame once again. Here they come. To the neutral zone, deep. Taken away by Blake Hoffer as he plays it out to the neutral zone. Now a collision there. Vanderploeg takes a man down. Puck lifted out right to Owen Kosmeter. Onside, takes a shot. He scores! And the first stoppage of the game is a goal. Owen gets the scoring started just shy of 5 minutes in. 1-0 South.
Owen Kosmeter, when we take a look at this replay, he actually gets the puck right in full stride. Right, boom, he's already in full stride. And then what a great shot. Just goes long side, lower corner. We'll see it from here. You know, you can almost see these guys thinking this stuff in their heads as they come down to this ice. He sees the opening and boom. Actually kind of got that towards the middle of the net, but a great shot, great way for GBS to start this game.
Owen Kosmeter with his 21st goal of the season. And the Titans up 1-0 in this do-or-die game here in the AHAI round of 16. This one touches the netting and goes out of play for another whistle. 11:30 to go here in the first period. Now that we have a chance, we'll look at this save made by Thomas Preston over on the other end.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this as Notre Dame is just buzzing here. A nice little move, and you know what? Just let that toenail grow because it's going to stop a couple pucks for you.
That was sweet. Now off the face-off win, Dietz' shot is blocked. Played ahead, Blake Hoffer comes across the line, right wing side. Hoffer backhander to the net. Kosmeter looking to tuck it. I guess got stopped by Mulek. We'll take a look at the replay.
Yeah, this is a great pass by Hoffer. He goes into the corner, but he backhands the pass to Kosmeter, and Kosmeter tries to bring it from his backhand to the forehand, and he meets that big pad of Mulek's leg. You can just see right here, he just boom, sticks it out there. There's just nowhere to go.
Back underway, Jonah Weiss, left circle, backhands it down, Mulek, back to Weiss, who intercepts. Sticked out of there by Mulek. Now right in front, Jonah Weiss draws a penalty here, or it looks like it's going to be a penalty against Glenbrook South, excuse me. Novak takes a shot, that's gloved by Thomas Preston. And now the ref is pointing at another man. Looks like we might get more than just that one.
Yeah, Dylan, what Novak's going to get a penalty for? Well, this is the play. I think it's jumping the Notre Dame, but if you followed that play all the way down, Novak actually, Preston makes the stop, but when Novak skates past him, he gives him a spear. He kind of, you know, he's looking for the puck, maybe knock it out of the Preston's glove or something, but he actually spears it.
Ref mics do not work there. But there's coincidental minors on the play. Blake Hoffer also goes. That's the original call, as we mentioned. So we stay 5-on-5. And those two men will be let out of the box at the next whistle following 9:09 to go in the first period. Dylan Ward alongside John Ward on the call with you. State playoff hockey for the varsity team. Mulvey out to Tutai, to the neutral zone. Lazaro will dump it right back in. Now Luke. Pass to the near side, picked back up by Tutai. He takes a hit into the corner. Titans. A nice student section has formed for Glenbrook South. Down to our left, knowing this is the last game to come out to Glenview Community Ice Center. I know that if the Titans are to move on, their game will take place right during the turnabout. So hopefully these guys don't have any dates that will be disappointed if they win.
Is that right?
Yeah. Nothing. The state playoffs, so the schedule has nothing to do with the teams.
Well, how about they start the whole dance right here?
There you go. At West Meadows Ice Arena. Back up top, Ryan Mulvey slips to chase it back out to the neutral zone. Plays it off the far boards and in. Taken by Notre Dame. While these teams do not play a lot, they are very local to one another, Notre Dame and Niles. Glenbrook South, of course, here in Glenview. He's taken down, back in his own zone. Big hit, no penalty called, as Anthony Sweeto is the one who took the captain down.
Yeah, he definitely finished that hit.
Now Zach comes into the zone. Boris lets a shot go, and that one stopped and covered up by another whistle. And just shy of Hoffer coming out of the box.
I like this shot by Boris. Just kind of comes, you know, he has that quick wrist shot. It was actually pretty impressive. And you just never know what's going to happen. He has a defenseman that's kind of tangled up in his way. Sometimes the shot even gets through, and it's a great shot. Might even end up being a goal. But other times it's tipped, and it just changes enough direction to fool the goalie, and sometimes goes in. So it's a good choice of shot there.
Back underway. Pinto will fire this one in. Goes down low. Both goal line. They'll play this one out, and Anthony Pinto will grab it easily. Near side, Will Fagan out to Kosmeter. Kosmeter, the lone goal scorer, got it ahead. Asher Vanderplug back in the lineup, takes a shot. Mulek, rebound to the near side corner. Vanderplug is hit hard into the corner. Now the puck is stolen away by Andrew Diamos. Out to the neutral zone, carried up ice by Chura. Couldn't get that one back to Diamos, who was in the slot. And it's taken back by Glenbrook South. Firing this one out. Be an icing. Now Blake Hoffer can come out of the penalty box along with Novak.
So Dylan, I went to Loyola Academy, and they played Notre Dame a fair amount of times back then in those days.
In hockey? Nice. Yeah, Notre Dame, one of those teams that's been around for a long time. Hockey is an always developing sport in this state. Not every high school has a team. In fact, the vast majority of high schools don't. Here's a shot. That one stopped by Preston. Couldn't get the follow-up. Another shot by Krawczyk. Stopped by Preston with 8:09 to go. And, you know, a lot of teams will have to combine with other local teams. I know state playoff game tonight, that's an example, right, of Glenbrook Hockey Club being from Glenbrook South North.
And sometimes the Maine district, right, combined teams.
Yep, they're exactly right there. There's a team called the Stampede, which is Buffalo Grove, Hersey, and Wheeling High Schools. They're projected to win the combined state championship. Here's Teddy McCrulis with a shot that's stopped by Mulek. Now right in front, Vanderplug just missed the cage, and I think the net was actually off, so it wouldn't have counted, but either way, a close call for AVP.
I don't know why I have a big smile on my face, because Vanderplug gets this puck out in front of the net as it's kind of backhanded the pass right there, and he just winds up. I mean, you know, without a lot of time, and he just wound up. And I think that if he shot that puck into the net, he would have moved the net all the way over the glass. It was such a hard shot.
You think he's excited to be back in the lineup and out there? Nice.
Yeah, he's skating well.
Now Alex Tutai out to Luke Fagan. Fagan will knock it in as a big hit. Sends Fagan in. 1-0 Glenbrook South here in the AHAI playoffs. Second round. The Titans are looking to win a state championship for the first time since 2006. anniversary of that 2-1 win over Loyola Gold at the United Center. This one sent to the net. Preston makes one stop, then a second. It's sent to the far side. Now back up high, Lemke. He'll let one go, and Preston saw that one all the way as he kicks it into the near side corner. Getting it back, centering it. Weiss will try and play it out. Now Hoffer, nice play there. One hand on his stick. Nifty, but Lemke will win the race to the puck.
Yeah, but Hoffer knew the most important thing was getting it out of the zone, and that was a sweet play. Smart play was what it was.
Zone, Will Fagan sends it in. It's picked up by Notre Donato. Ventura after a miscue, but it's quickly taken back by him.
Suedo made a great defensive play for Notre Dame right there. The numbers were against him, the momentum, the speed was against him, and he just made a great to stop that drive cold.
Zach Boris back up to the left point. Mendoza kicks it back to his stick, then sends it deep. 3 points in yesterday's game. Actually, not yesterday, that was over a week ago. But in the last game for the Titans, Mendoza now up high, takes a shot, gobbled up, and they'll hold on for a whistle. 5:44 to go in the first. 1-0 South.
1-0 over Notre Dame. One shot on goal, down 9-8 for shots on goal.
Not much of a student section for Notre Dame, but boy, they've really packed this building.
Yeah, a lot of proud parents here. A lot of proud parents. Then GBS has that just added students down on the glass and up in the stands.
Like we said, Notre Dame already has been eliminated in both of their league playoffs, Kennedy Cup, CCHL, and the North Central Division playoffs. So this will be the last game for the team that loses tonight of the season and for all the seniors. This one passed across, Blake Hoffer at the blue line, knocked away from the puck, and it's Novak. 2-on-2 rush, Novak down the left wing side, tried to get a pass over, but a nice stick there by Will Fagan. Hoffer tips it ahead of Myers. Blake Hoffer centers, Cosmeter! Could not get the move. Nice play by Owen Cosmeter. I think he tried at the end, and honestly, I didn't hate the idea, but just couldn't.
Try to do that on purpose, Dylan. That was out of necessity because Hoffer gave him that really, really good pass. Hoffer made a great play to just kind of player get into the zone and then feed Cosmeter. Cosmeter, it was just behind him.
And centers it to Ty Fan on a shot. Now back up to Asher Vanderplug to the net. Tip, they score, but it's a high stick. No goal.
No goal, high stick.
That's
I don't know. That looked pretty clear to me.
clear as in?
Clear as in the stick was above.
Yes.
Way above.
I would agree.
I mean, now we'll get a better look at it here, I think.
Yeah,
he might not be in the view yet.
Yeah, that's above the crossbar.
And the ref was right there. He made a fast, quick call, which is good, no doubt in anybody's mind there.
Next time we get a whistle, we'll show you the Cosmeter move that just barely wasn't a goal. It's a little more important to show you the high stick there on that. Alex Tutai will take the face off instead of Vanderplug. It's won by the Don. Ice Dons. I've called this team before, but it was years and years ago back on the CCHL network, back when that was a thing. I remember I called a game at West Meadows Ice Arena, where the state playoffs will continue for one of these teams. Tutai, nice pass. Teddy McCrulis back. Tutai with a shot, and that's turned away by the stick of the goalie. Now that we have a moment for Cosmeter.
Yeah, Hoffer right there. He passes to himself. I actually think has a nice pass. It's just behind. kind of a cool spinorama to accept this pass, and then almost gets it back to his forehand.
That would have been maybe the goal of the season in high school hockey if he connected on that one. Vanderplug backhand shot was high of the net, down to the far side half wall. Shots on goal are 10-9 in favor of the Titans, and 1-0 the score. Teddy McCrulis to the net, tipped away inadvertently by Asher Vanderplug. Now he centers it to Ty. Not a lot of mustard on that one, and it's an easy stop for Novak, or for Mulek, I should say, the Notre Dame netminder.
Vanderplug's been given a couple extra hellos here after the play. He kind of just comes in and, you know, Notre Dame is like going, do you mind getting out of my kitchen?
Megan Patterson says, let's go GBS. K-Dub says South. Declan Quinn says, it keeps freezing for me, and then all good now. So hopefully we've solved that issue. If you have anything to say, please feel free to use our chat feature. We'll shout you out and throw your message up on the screen. We love to interact with all. This is the final South Hockey Network broadcast of the season, after all. If you are to win this game in advance, you'll find of the season on the SHL network.
Dylan, you mentioned a 2-1 win. I know that there was a very important 2-1 win on Sunday morning.
Yes, there was.
And that was a very, very exciting thing to have some family over, some friends over, wake up at 6:30 in the morning, get ready for that game. And of course, the United States wins the gold medal.
Some Dunkin' Donuts as well. Makes hearing that national anthem before this hockey game just that much more special.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
I know that a couple hours ago they finally just landed in Florida. The team that is. Here's Yamos with a shot. That one's turned away by Preston. Now right in front, it goes over to the back door for Jake Novak, but just past his stick. He couldn't get a shot for the tap in. Hoffer can't get it out. Notre Donato. Now a big hit from Mendoza and picked back up by the captain. Mulvey, the long pass finds Cosmeter. This time he's offside, and I think that's the right call, John.
Yeah, almost right offsides. I like what Ventura was doing here. He just he's looking, he's kind of lulls everybody to sleep a little bit here, and then just feeds that puck and just missed him by one step. You know, Dylan, I'm looking at this GBS team, and I'm thinking, you know, they got to hold things together here. I mean, they're doing a good job of doing that, but they got to get this next goal. I do think it's important to go up 2-0 and not let Notre Dame be in it, because they're only down by one goal.
Now O'Lafferty. O'Flaherty, I should say. Now Luke Fagan goes across. Jackson Ventura. Zach Boris. And taken back by Notre Dame. Here they come. William Krawczyk takes a shot. That one missed the cage. 100 seconds to go. Opening period. Just the one goal so far. Titans against Lake Forest Blue in their last game. It was 0-0 after one. Here's a shot by Jackson Ventura. That's Sweeto sends it to the far side while taking Will Fagan into the near boards. Now two-time McCrulis can't get around Lazaro. And Luke Fagan will bring it over the center ice line and knock it in.
I can't help but thinking, Dylan, as I watch both Fagans get hit pretty hard these last couple nights, that, you know, I don't know if this is a cool thing to say, but, you know, I might be looking at some jersey numbers, you know, for later on in the game, you know.
This one's taking a deflection offside. You know these kids are. And especially when, you know, you're in the game and on the ice, it's not just the jersey numbers. Over the course of an entire game, you start to recognize faces. And you know, what these guys are saying. Obviously, we don't pick any of it up on our broadcast, but you know there's a lot of trash there on the ice in these high school games.
Yeah, well, it seems like Notre Dame is doing more of the finishing of the checks and kind of getting in the face of some of these GBS players. But
like we said, they're a physical team. Second most penalty minutes in the CCHL and most in North Central. Listen to this, John. Across both leagues, they're averaging over 20 penalty minutes per game. That goes to show you just the coincidental minors in this one so far. Now behind the play, Will Fagan and Lazara getting into it. And this outlet pass intended for Lazara, intercepted by Will Fagan. 6 seconds to go in the period. Vanderploeg knocks it in. Goes down low. Goalie can't settle it down. But time will expire on period number 1. 17 minutes have come and gone. The shots on goal, 12-10. South, 1-0 the score.
yeah, South welcomes Preston over to the bench like they've done many, many times this year without any goals being let in. You know, he's a fantastic goalie and somebody that you just have to have firing on all cylinders here as you're in this playoff hunt. So they're going to talk a little bit, give him a little bit breather. He gets to stand a few feet away from everybody else, while the rest of the skaters on the team talk with Philbin, and Philbin just gives them some direction here. Boy, what a great career he's had with this GBS team. Yeah, I think
36 years.
36 years. Yeah. Imagine doing 36 years of anything. You know, it's just a fantastic dedication that he's given towards this school and this hockey club, and I can't even imagine. Let's see, what year is that? I can't do the math. I'm too tired.
You know, John, the more I look over to my left at that GBS student section, I'm seeing a lot of blue and green. I think that's the Notre Dame section in our spot. Looks like it might be.
I don't know. I'd have to have that one guy in the green hat turn our way.
I was going to say, nice turnout by the Glenbrook South students, but I think one of the giveaways is they're all boys over there. Notre Dame is an all-boys school.
Right, and I think I just saw one or two of the people in the crowd say something nice to the Notre Dame players. So
what that is.
All right.
I mean, it's a pad. Notre Dame has packed this building.
We might have to take some surveys in between the periods.
All right, fresh 17 minutes are on the clock. Glenbrook South leading 1-0. As the second period about to get underway, we've switched sides. Titans in the black go from right to left on your screen. Notre Dame in the white and green go from left to right.
Dylan, if that is true about what a great time for GBS to stuff one in right in front of them. They're all down by their goalie's end where GBS will be shooting.
Tenny McCrulis wasn't quite ready for that face-off, and that allows Notre Dame to come in, take a quick shot. Probably was going wide, stopped by Preston anyway. 7 seconds into the period. Yeah, once we see a goal by either team, we'll know. Gerard Boris, our video producer. Joe Hoffer on scoreboard today here on the final Glenbrook South varsity broadcast of the season on this network. Lazar takes a shot, and that one goes wide. Now centered again, getting around one defender, taking a backhand shot, save, rebound, they score! And Notre Dame has tied the game. And some pushing and shoving afterwards, and they are fired up. 23 seconds into the second.
Well, now we know who those fans are. We also, a couple things just happened. Scored, and Will Fagan's going to take a seat here, and I hope. But after that goal was scored, that's a cross-check to Preston, so Will Fagan might have been responding to did. I like that. I did, and I already like it. You know, like you can't do this, right? Watch the goal scorer, boom, and then he gives the extra cross check. So it's kind of unusual that the ref wouldn't see that because he's looking straight at that. He called that goal in a second. Maybe also, Dylan, I'm looking at these refs, they're having a discussion. Maybe a second ref is going to call, and
it was Wojtulewicz with the goal and the cross-check against Preston. These are leading point scorer. Here we go.
Number 76, 2-minute minor penalty for roughing. Top of the penalty, 23 seconds of the second period.
So Will Fagan's going to go for roughing, and that's all.
2 minutes roughing at 23 seconds.
So that's going to lead to a power play for Notre Dame.
Well, Dylan, you don't always end up on the right side of that, but if Will Fagan went to the defense of his goalie, then I think that that's just a good thing. I mean, I don't, you know, they're going to be a man down here for 2 minutes, and the score is tied 1-1, right? Which is going to present some different things for Philbin to be thinking about and his players. But here we go. He's got a 10-minute misconduct, maybe.
Will Fagan, a guy that's usually out there on the penalty kill as well. So, Johnny, take a look at Notre Dame's power play. That was one of their bright spots in the season. CCHL out of 8 teams, 26.3%. That's best in the league. And then out of the 12 teams in the North Central regular season, their power play was 22.9%, third place. And because the penalty was immediately following a goal, the faceoff will be at center ice instead of the offensive zone, but Notre Dame will get to work on the man advantage. The Titans penalty kill, 80% in the regular season. That was 6th place in the league of 10 teams. Wojtulewicz will come across the line, take a centering pass, and hit its intended target. Now a man's tripped up. That's going to be another penalty against the Titans, and they'll let him have it. Going to be a minute 36 seconds worth of a 2-man advantage.
Yeah, you're going to see Mulvey go for tripping here. He just got his stick out. He's a little overzealous here. He just right here, he tries to reach that. Boom.
And you talk about Will Fagan being a guy that gets a lot of time on the penalty kill. How about Ryan Mulvey? So Glenbrook South missing probably, in my opinion, John, their 2 best defensemen on the team. And
all right, well, listen, that famous basketball player said, I welcome the adversity I'm about to face. Well, GBS is in a little bit of a pickle here, but you can also get some momentum. You watch the USA team fend off a 2-man advantage, and I think that they just got a lot of momentum from that. So depending if we can come on the right side of this, after 2 minutes, minute and 33 seconds.
Face-off won by the Dons. Wojtulewicz to the near side for Lazara. Lazara goes across Wojtulewicz. Left side.
Notre Dame goal is 32nd of the season. Scored by number 38, Alex Wojtulewicz. Assisted by number 27.
Try and get it out. Krawczyk keeps it in, takes a shot. That one blocked. They'll try a backhand rebound. But Thomas Preston makes the save there. Asher Vanderploeg takes it back, and we'll get a big clear for the Titans.
I like that. He ragged it just for a second there. And then he thought, you know what, I don't want to make a mistake here when I get this thing out of here, so.
Now a wrap around below the net. Notre Dame, Lazara. Looking for Wojtulewicz. Now below the goal line, Suedo. Still 30 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. Suezo goes across, tried a shot, and didn't get a lot on it. Luke Fagan knocked off the puck. Wojtulewicz back up to Lazara. Lazara high slot. Now Wojtulewicz again, sent it across. Vanderploeg intercepts and will clear.
What a great spot for Vanderploeg to be in. He just closed the lane and just was able to put a stick on it, turn around and send it down.
So Notre Dame offside here just as the penalty expires, so Will Fagan will come in the box. And now it's just 25 seconds remaining. I mean, Notre Dame has had the puck in the offensive zone, no doubt about that, but in general, not a whole lot of high danger chances on the three.
You know, Dylan, I'm so glad that Will Fagan is out, because I thought at the very tail end of that conversation with the ref, I thought he hands up like it was tense. I was very happy about that.
Vanderplug, after a quick discussion with the referee, heads to the face-off circle closest to the Notre Dame bench. He'll just flip this one into the Titan bench. Look out. To both Jimmy Philbins and Joe Localo. Drop it again.
That's what that's what you want when it's the end of the game and you have a face-off in the offensive zone. You need a shot on net right away. That was kind of funny.
Kosmeter looking to clear it out. Now Hennigan knocks it right back in. DD takes a shot, save, rebound, they score! Off the rebound, tucked in by Jake Novak. And Notre Dame has their first lead tonight on the power play.
Yeah, what a place for Novak to be in. Seemed like something happened to this puck right up here by the blue line. The first Notre Dame shot, and then what a bang-bang play. Great place for Novak to be in, where all of a sudden he just finds this on a stick after the Preston rebound. And I think it was in before he knew it. This is the best angle you're going to see here. Preston makes the initial shot, but it just kind of kicks out. Boom.
Novak did not score a goal in the CCHL regular season. He had 4 in the Illinois North Central Division season. And now the Titans in a hole. Trying to keep their season alive. Glenbrook South, the number 5 seed in this tournament. Notre Dame, the number 12. So far in the round of 16, this is the second to last game. The higher seed has won 6 so far. Cosme goes up to Mendoza. Firing a shot, deflected, and goes wide. Now Blake Hoffer. That's up high, takes a shot. That one stopped by Mulek. Looking for Weiss. And it gets deflected up and out of play.
Wow, this is there. Weiss showing his speed, giving a couple good, going down and getting the puck, coming back, and then he actually, off the Hoffer, kind of turnaround surprise shot, kind of fell off of his midsection and his legs. I think he was surprised it was right there.
Couple wild results in the. Every team expected to win one, but John, how about Loyola Gold just narrowly escaping New Trier Blue by a final score of 6-5 in a game that they were down 5-4. They tied it with 3 minutes left, 30 seconds to go. Jackson Ventura down the left wing side, centered it. Daniel Sokol just pushed that one wide. Grade A opportunity for the Titans to and they couldn't get it done.
Now take a look at this. It was kind of a little bit of a weird play. As Ventura comes down, he's got those nice strides and he's coming in. He's just deciding when to pass it. I think he always knew he was gonna. He's just trying to figure out the very opportune time to do that. And when he did it, he was just either too fast or he didn't have his stick squared up to really deflect that puck.
Watch Tulowitz. Goes out to Dylan Lazara. Across ice for Myers now. Backhander to the slot. Ryan Mulvey blocks that pass. Now far side corner. They battle for it. Still no clear possession. Vanderplug pulls it deep. Deafening silence here at the Glenview Ice Center, in a building that the Notre Dame fans have, frankly, taken over. Their team up 2-1 right now. But, when you talk about this team not facing off, these two teams not facing off, there's no other high school team in the boys that play here at Glenview Community Ice Center. So for Notre Dame and these players, this is probably their first time playing in this building all year. And Puck high in the air. Now Tutai finds the rebound and scores! The ref had to think about it, but he calls the goal. 11 to go in the second.
Dylan, I don't know if the ref had to think about it. I think what went on is that this puck, if you take it, the quick shot, it goes up in the air and it bounces around a lot. Tutai just jams that puck in, but at the same time, or a split second later, the net actually moves, and it moved by a lot, right? And so you can see there,
well before
that net was positioned and locked in, and then the puck went in the net, and then it got kicked out.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Still lots of time left in it at the Glenview Ice Center. 2-2 the score. Glenbrook South and Notre Dame College Prep.
Well, I think that was a really important goal because
hit by Luke Fagan against Novak, right by his bench, so he'll just quickly hop off. Messina, far side. Luke Fagan making things difficult for him. Now it comes to the near side. Taken back by Luke Fagan. Fagan out to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer, the team's leader in goals and points all season long. Hoffer centered it. That's right into the stick of Daniel Mulek. Mulek out to Diamos. Shoves it in, and Luke Fagan is there. Takes a hit below the goal line. And it's played ahead. Owen Cosmeter gets to it. Tried a backhand pass, or left it for Hoffer, I should say, but couldn't connect.
Yeah, Hoffer tried to accept that pass, and within a second, send a pass to Weiss that was right in front of the net there.
John, right behind the Notre Dame net, here to our left, there is another group of students. Maybe those are the Glenbrook South students after their spot was stolen.
Dylan, I knew that the Fagans weren't going to be that long before they started to throw their weight around. I do know that, that last crunch by Fagan was just kind of like the normal that we know that happens here on this team for him and his brother. So it's just good to see that him kind of getting involved and not just being the recipient of some high hits himself that he's been already in this game.
It's a good point you make as Daniel Sokol lost an edge. Now it's brought up by O'Flaherty. Taken back by Will Fagan. This is man with the pass intercepted and knocked right back the other way. Mendoza right there. Tipped into the zone by Charlie Preston. Jackson Ventura trying to get ahead. Good play by him to break it up a little bit. 1-on-3 rush as Preston will backhand this one in again. Mulek below the goal line. To the far side, look out near the Titan bench. They do not call too many men. They very well could have. It's another thing we saw in that Olympic championship game, John. Now Asher Vanderploeg.
You mean a lot of no calls on that?
Tutai now, who just scored the goal, leaves it. Nice pass. Asher Vanderploeg with a shot save. Rebound. McCrulis was right there, but his follow-up shot, he didn't get a lot on it, and it's stopped by the netminder.
Yeah, that after both of those shots, the initial shot, well, you see Vanderploeg come in here and really rip one. Kind of bounces up in the air. McCrulis tips it. And then I think Vanderploeg's sitting there. He just can't pick it out of the air. It's just kind of bobbling like. Mulek definitely is going to say, I'm going to put a stop to this play. I just can't handle bouncing pucks. And I think that's a smart thing for both of these goalies. Puck starts to bounce and crazy thing happens.
2-2 the score here in the second period. Still not yet halfway through this game. Ryan Mulvey off the far boards out to Alex Tutai. Titan goals in this one scored by Cosmeter and Tutai. Tulowitz and Novak. Now here comes McCrulis down the left wing side over to Tutai. It's in his skin. Luke up to the right point. Luke Fagan with a shot save. Rebound. The follow-up was also stopped, but a Titan's taken down. And that's going to be a penalty against Notre Dame.
Yeah, Myers might get a high stick here because he knew that McCrulis was a little bit trouble where he was positioned, and he just took him down. I don't know. Take a look at this. It's kind of like a high stick.
Let's hear the call. Well, okay. All right. Big opportunity here for the Titans on the man advantage. Power play that was 20.3% in the SHL regular season, going against a penalty kill that was second to last place in Illinois North Central at 76.9 for Notre Dame. But they will get a quick clear to start things off. Thomas Preston below the goal line. Backhands it to the far side corner. Poking it free, Hoffer. Back over to Mulvey. Big guns out there for Jim Philbin. Mulvey mishandles that pass, and it's backhanded down low once again by the Dons. Here comes Hoffer now, through the neutral zone. Blake Hoffer over the line, takes a shot that's kicked out of there by Mulek. Now top Will Fagan. Over to the near side, back up top Ryan Mulvey. Near side Owen Cosmeter again. Backhander back up to Hoffer. Now Ryan Mulvey takes a shot, that takes a deflection and is stopped by Mulek.
Yeah,
and the Dons clear.
What a great stop by Mulek, because that puck completely changed directions. Within a second, it was down by the ankles.
Will Fagan, how about that pass? Asher Vanderploeg back up to Will Fagan. Tried to send it down to the low slot. That's picked off by Mulek. He can't get it out. Vanderploeg, far side corner, bodied off by takes a spill to the ice, and the fans are calling for something. They wanted a penalty. And it looks like a penalty on the play.
On Notre Dame, number 30, brother Mulek.
Yeah, for taking him down.
Well, it's after the play. It was the GBS player who took down the Notre Dame player. He was probably upset at the no call and then came back at him. Because you can take a look here. Number 30, Mulek gets pulled down. I mean, those skates get pulled from underneath him. And then I don't think we have maybe it was a retaliation.
So now Glenbrook South's going to have a two-man advantage of their own. 46 seconds worth of 5-on-3.
And Dylan, I think if GBS can put one in within the first 46, they might get that extra power.
Exactly right, John. They win the face-off. That's a great way to start. Hoffer goes over to Mulvey. Top Hoffer to the captain, Ryan Mulvey with a shot. Didn't get a lot on it. And it just on net where it's covered up by Mulek.
I know why Mulvey didn't get a lot on it. He broke his stick right in half. So just pick here, he's ready to boom, and then that stick breaks. So golf, when I go ahead and take a shot in my head.
Face-off's won. Ryan Mulvey has a new stick. I wonder if that's his stick or someone else's. He's got it left circle as the and they'll blow the play dead. Couldn't see what happened in real time, John. We'll see if we caught this replay or not. Oh yeah, he just gets hit in the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work going on. 79 for Notre Dame, Ryan Hennigan, and was it Vanderploeg or Fagan?
Fagan, I think.
I think Fagan just trying to get positioning, and I think Fagan's stick really chops the goalie right on the shoulder. I think it was inadvertent that you didn't even know the goalie was there.
Conversation being had at the Notre Dame bench. Mulek is still hurting, and John, that's something you mentioned pregame. They do not have a backup goalie in the building. Look at this again.
Well, he's going to have to stay. Yeah, you can see that. Hennigan and
you're going to get this view too, the PTZ.
Here we go. Yeah, just really pretty hard on the arm. I mean, these sticks, you know, may not be the old-fashioned wood, but they still hurt.
Ryan Mulvey. Save, rebound, what a stop by Mulek on Vanderplug on the follow-up.
Wow. So far, going to be the save of the game right here. Quick shot from the point. We'll get this set up for you. Quick shot from the point, and then watch. Stop. Boom. Right. I mean, right in the GBS wheelhouse. You'll see a better angle here. Vanderplug. Vanderplug is up at the sky because he can't believe that didn't go in the net.
Still time left on the two-man advantage, but Notre Dame will take the face-off and clear it down. Look out there as that takes a funny hop by John. I actually was not looking, but I got the replay.
As Preston just, I think Preston leaned the wrong way because it took a weird hop off the boards.
Blake Hoffer back up to Ryan Mulvey. Here's Dido and Cosmeter. Left circle takes a shot. That one goes wide to the right. Now Hoffer backhands it down. It's picked off, but they can't clear the zone. Blake Hoffer has a 3-on-1 here. Over to the near side, Cosmeter, and it stays out. A near impossible angle. Almost parallel to the goal line, and just couldn't tuck that one home.
I don't even know if it might have been a couple inches over the goal line.
We'll take a look at that replay too.
I mean, unless that hits somebody, I don't think it had a possibility of going in, but I still liked it. He just leaned back on those skates and just...
Look at Mulek doing it himself here, clearing it down. 20 seconds to go on the regular power play. Blake Hoffer through the neutral zone, comes over the blue line, right wing side, dropped it off. Jonah Weiss keeps it in. Near side, Luke Fagan over to Teddy McCrulis. He shoots, save, rebound. Hoffer right there and couldn't get a follow-up chance. The two-man advantage is over, the power play is over, and we're back to 5-on-5, still 2-2 the score at Glenview Ice Center. Dylan Ward and John Ward on the call with you. This one bounces in the slot, picked up by Jackson Ventura. Ventura through the neutral zone will knock it in. Mulek below the goal line, centers it for Myers, or plays it to the corner for Myers. Now over to DeGan. Out for Messina, getting around Mendoza, but nobody there to follow up on that puck. Jonah Weiss chips it in. Teddy McCrulis there, fires towards the net, sticked aside by Mulek. Notre Dame into the zone, takes a shot. That one stopped by Preston. Okay, John, we've got a couple things to look at here. First, this was the crazy bounce.
All right, this is the crazy bounce. As you'll watch, gets ripped off the boards, and I think maybe Preston thought it was going to the corner. Or let's just take a look and see what he thought here. Or does his stick get, yeah, right there, and he just...
Oh, did that go off the ref?
No, it went. It was a bad bounce off the boards. You can see this.
Yeah.
And it just really just surprises.
Crisis averted there.
Preston, you're right. He almost got all of his weight on that one ankle. I'm glad he didn't hurt himself.
Lodge Tulowitz, backhander to Pinto. He'll turn around and play this one in. Over to the far side, and getting it back is Notre Donato. Almost intercepted by McCrulis. And now Tutai, backhander goes to Cosmeter. He's over the line, but can't hang on to the puck. Now here come the Dons into the zone. Watch Tulowitz. That gets blocked by Pinto. Remember this Notre Dame team, I should say, played St. Ignatius to overtime in the Kennedy Cup Championship. Tulowitz over the line, their leading scorer can't get past Fagan, and a penalty against Glenview. Play of the penalty, but we are going to take a look at this replay from a little earlier. tripping against Tutai.
Yeah, Cosmeter was just Tutai's got to think about that because that was way behind the play. Going to go a man down. You got 4:10 left in the second 2 game.
Notre Dame struck one of their goals on the power play. Again, really solid power play. Third best in the North Central, first in the CCHL on the regular season. This one played to the near side, backhanded back up top for Hennigan. Hennigan down to the circle, back up high Myers, left point. Down to the left circle again here. Preston swallows that one up, or so he thought. It was free behind the net. Now he covers it up.
Yeah, that was interesting. That puck corner and Preston grabbed it. I just thought he had it the whole time. Yet I didn't hear a whistle. It must have been lying right next to his pad on the other side where I couldn't see.
Notre Dame right now is thinking this is a really good opportunity to get themselves a lead going into this third period. In a game that they are the underdog, no doubt about that. Here's Hennigan with a shot, that one blocked. And now Vanderplug will fire this one down. They're in a great spot here from their point of view against the Glenbrook South Titans, the number 5 seed in the state, Notre Dame, the number 12. Notre Dame, to get to this round, they beat York Varsity 2 by a final score of 6-2 at the Skating where they play their home games.
And Notre Dame has a Niles, right? They at Ballard Ice Arena, and they even have an outdoor rink. I saw it there yesterday.
I think they actually played an outdoor game there this season as a specialty game.
Yeah, very cool.
I saw some photos from that, I believe.
Place.
I'm assuming that was that rink. By Vanderplug, and he's very lucky not to get a call there. Chulowicz back in his own zone.
I could see why they didn't call that. It was just kind of like a, he just threw himself stick and body of Vanderplug.
Now here comes Vanderplug, shorthanded, goes across Owen Cosmeter. That one past him. Our side corner, we'll send this one all the way down. Power play. Tutai is out of the box, and the Titans get a new offer. We're back to 5-on-5.
I think Vanderplug would have finessed that pass a little bit more. Had a great opportunity. He really ripped it across the slot, and it's too hard.
Now out comes Weiss, goes over to Blake Hoffer. Hoffer over the line, takes a made rebound, swiped out of there by the Dons. Krajcik goes across, gets it back. 90 seconds to go before the teams will head to the locker room. This one tipped on Preston's net.
Yeah, Dylan, I don't know if GBS is surprised at 2-2 game with a minute and a half left in the second period. And so, outshot shooting Notre Dame 23-20, but that important.
Only one stat that matters in hockey, right? It's just versus goals against, so. We'll see if either team can break the tie before the intermission. To the point, Hennigan right by the Glenview Star. Send it down to the slot and picked off by Jonah Weiss, who plays it out to the neutral zone for Hoffer. Now Luke Fagan. That's around one. High in the air by Notre Dame. This is a rink you can do that. That's a whistle at a lot of these high school rinks. So teams will play to their advantage. Hoffer. Now skates up with it. Blake Hoffer over the blue line. Goals, gets to his puck, is taken down, no call. And the puck's sitting there on the back of the net, and they just get it free before the ref blew the whistle. He thought Now DeJohno for the Dons. He's into the zone, fires this one down off the boards and comes to the blue paint. Who gets hit below the goal line. 12 seconds to go in the period. The man's taken down, no call there. Get this one out of the zone, they can't hear. 5 seconds to go. Now Mulek will fire it deep, and the buzzer will sound on period 2. 2-2 after 2 here at Glenview Community Ice Center. Glenbrook South goals by Owen Kosmeter and Alex Tutai. Notre Dame goals by Alex Wojtulowicz and Jake Novak. And we've got a big third period coming up.
Yeah, Dylan, it seems like every game that I've done, you know, I need a comfort zone here. I need a couple goal lead. But we've been really, really tight. We're going to go into the third period with a 2-2 game. And so it'll be important what these coaches tell their players. Come out here, you know, believe me, you got nothing. Don't leave anything else, you know, anywhere else but on this ice. And you'll probably come out to be a winner. So let's see who does that better than the other team.
All right. We'll take a break here on the South Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. We've got period 3 coming up shortly. Dylan Ward and John Ward on the call. Titans need a win to keep playing hockey this season. We'll see you on the other side of an ice cut right here on the South.
Second goal. The goal scored by Tutai, 4:49 in the second period. Crediting primary assist to number 23, Asher Vanderpool. And a secondary assist to number 11, Teddy Nicholas. Town second goal, Tutai assisted by Vanderpool and Nicholas at 4:49.
Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Third period time here at the Glenview Community Ice Center. GBS and Notre Dame all locked up at 2 goals apiece here in the round of 16 of the AHAI State Playoffs. Dylan Ward on the call alongside John Ward. Our video producer is Gerard Boris, and our official scoreboard operator is Joe Hoffer. Well, John, the Titans are out shooting them, but not by a wide margin, 23-20. And GBS, if they want to play another hockey game this season, are going to need to find something in the third or overtime.
Yeah, Dylan, this is, I don't know, more nerve-wracking it can get. I mean, the refs are now just coming out on the ice, so they're going to position those nets in place. Get that all fixed up. The Notre Dame goalie did his own. And we're about ready to see a really good third period.
The Notre Dame student section is, they were trying to get right down behind the net that Thomas Preston will occupy here in this third period, but Glenbrook South security kicked them out.
Yeah, Preston won't have it easy because he's going to be playing right down in front of the Notre Dame high school fans, so he's just going to have to keep his mind, keep it in the game, and I'm pretty confident that he can do that.
All right, well, 17 fresh minutes on the clock, fresh sheet of ice. Dylan Ward and John. The South Hockey Network. This will be the last home game, win or lose. Last game on this Hockey Network, win or lose. The Titans are looking for a spot in the quarterfinals next Saturday night at 6 o'clock at West Meadows live on SHL Network.
Let's see.
If not, it'll be Notre Dame.
Yeah, let's see if GBS can use their speed.
Two-tie to Vanderplug. His shot is blocked. Now below the goal line, Lazara take. Here come the Dons across the line, try to go to Wojtulewicz, but taken away by Krulis, who bodies a man down. Jim Philbin wants a penalty call there on interference. He's not going to get one. Now Krawczyk, I should say, taken away by Will Fagan. Far side, picked back off Krawczyk. He's down on one knee. Titans are trying desperately to get this one out. Now Will Fagan will take it. Wrap around the net. Try to bring it out. Centered it right on net. Preston makes a big save. Rebound. Good defensive effort there by Alex Two-tie.
Great play by Two-tie.
Two-tie with one of the goals for the Titans. The other one from Owen Cosmater. Here comes. He overskated the puck, and Notre Dame will take it back. They'll take advantage of the high ceiling here at Glenview Ice Center to flip this one all the way down, and it will be an icing. Offensive zone.
Use his speed on that one to get past the Notre Dame defenseman, but he found himself just kind of 1-on-4, you know, boxed into a corner. So he just kind of got out there, left the puck, and just.
Mulek, now taken back by Notre Dame. In case you're curious, it'll be 17-minute periods of 5-on-5 until a goal. Here in the tournament, no 3-on-3 as a man's tripped up. No penalty called there. Now Weiss able to force this one into the zone. Diamos through the neutral zone. Gets around Luke Fagan, but then Luke Fagan takes it right back. Outlet pass to Owen Cosmater. Luke Fagan takes Det down. Now here comes Hoffer. Into the zone, down the left wing. Sent it back up top. Luke Fagan towards the net. Save, rebound, Weiss for the puck in the blue paint, and eventually covered up by the goaltender Mulek.
Yeah, I think he did a nice play. We're going to see. You get an initial shot, boom, he makes the stop, and then the puck is just, they're just hacking at it. I think that's good hockey. Just hack at it until you can get that thing in there. Boom. Weiss, you know, Weiss doesn't have a big stature, but he was playing right in that tough place right in front where he's going to get knocked around, but he's looking for a goal. That's great hockey.
Face-off draw. Taken by the Titans. Backhander down the goal line. Mulek. Try and play this one out. He does. Ryan chases after it, but it will be an icing against the Dons. Offensive zone works out. That Notre Dame student section has only increased as the game has gone on. Maybe some texts have been sent out saying, hey, we've got an upset watch here. Come on out, just right. These two teams don't play each other often, but very close in proximity in terms of the schools. Here's O'Flaherty. Trying to backhand this one down. Ryan Mulvey plays it over to the far side. Brought back ahead by Notre Dame. They lose the puck. Mulvey gets it ahead. Here comes Jackson Ventura. Ventura with a shot. Blocked save made by Mulek. I think he's played a really good game. Gained some confidence after his three-point outing last week against Lake Forest.
And I think that if he had a little bit more mustard on that shot, I don't know why that just looked like a kind of a lazy save by Mulek. I think if he just surprised him with a little faster shot, a faster moving puck, fooled him, it would have gone in the net.
Last time the Titans did not make the quarterfinal, you'd have to go back to my senior year. This one's poked ahead. Here comes Alex Wojtulewicz with a shot. Big save made by Preston on their leading scorer. Vanderplug, backhander out to the neutral zone. Tutai looking to deflect it along. And it's knocked right back down and in. Luke Fagan to the out to McCrulis, now brought ahead by Asher Vanderplug. To the blue line. Wanted Vanderplug. He'll have to chase it down to the far side corner. Back up top, Will Fagan with a shot. Save made. Rebound, McCrulis. Couldn't get the follow-up chance.
Big on that one.
Now here comes Palermo. Taken back by the Titans. Tutai gets, but he'll get right back up, and with help, some help from Luke Fagan, back out.
From my opinion, he was seeing stars from the last hit that was placed on him, yet he had the presence of mind to make a great defensive play and stop a Notre Dame rush.
McCrulis down to Jonah Weiss. Weiss below the goal line, centered it. Blake Hoff. Backhand shot off, not enough real estate. So instead he'll sauce it over to Weiss, left point. Down below the goal line, Hoffer centered it and right in front. And Kosmeter is a tough angle for him, tough position, and it's cleared out by Notre Dame. Will Fagan backhander to the near side for Hoffer. Blake Hoffer with pressure from deep. Hoffer 2 goals in the round of 32 game against Lake Forest. And there's a couple live with each other. Brought into the zone now down the right wing side, below the goal line. He's being Titans now. Novak centers it, and Deep just couldn't pull that one to his forehand. Otherwise, look, now right in front, Novak. That one's just past his stick. Kosmeter gets the worst of that one. Fast moving third period. Now Novak wing side, puts on the brakes, sends it up top for Mula. Left point, fires a shot. That one gets blocked by Will Fagan. Side corner, deep. Below the line, centered it, and it's taken back by Blake Hoffer. Hoffer takes a hit near side boards, just in our blind spot. Back for Mulek. Now out to the neutral zone, brought ahead. Deep. 3. We'll chase that one over to the far side. Still has control. Line. Looking for a centering pass, and it's just a little too out to handle for Donato. Who's going to be the Here's a shot from Charlie Preston. That one's blockered away by Mulek. One of these team seasons will end tonight. This one lifted high in the air, out to Ryan Mulvey. Ahead to Jackson Ventura. Taken back by Ryan Mulvey, picks it back up. Glenbrook South captain in his 4th year on this varsity team. The senior in his last 10 minutes to go in regulation time. Still deadlocked 2-2. And we're going on a lot of another long whistle here. As Pinto's knocked into the boards. Now to the near side, Alex Tugai. Far side, Teddy McCrulis backhands it out. Taken by Garrett Myers. Now Ryan Mulvey. This one, far side corner, Pinto knocks it all the way down. That takes an icing. Still without a whistle here for a while. Mendoza taken back up by Notre Dame. Look at Suizo, right wing side shot, and that one goes wide off a deflection. He had a man. Good defensive play by the Titans to not let him get it to him. Now Teddy McCrulis does it all by himself. Asher Vanderploeg couldn't finish it. And we continue on here. Deflected wide. Teddy McCrulis far side. Back up to the point. Mendoza fires. Deflected save. Rebound. Backhand try by Mulek. Mendoza to the net. Another save by Mulek. And finally we'll get a whistle, as this will be an icing.
It was just mandatory. They had to stop the pressure. Mulek made. You can see a couple that are close in, as this is wristed in from the point with a nice tip. Then he with even a backhand try. Mulek kind of kept his cool. He kept his balance. He squared up to that puck every time. So he's showing some real skill out there.
Yep, go ahead.
I was just going to say, is see if GBS can figure out the code here.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they're not going to have, you know, I know, John, we were watching that USA gold medal game together, and we were saying if we could just get it to overtime, I think I like our chances in 3-on-3. You're not going to get that here in the AHAI State playoffs. If we go to OT, it's 5-on-5 for 17-minute periods until a goal. Outlet pass, Owen Cosmeter. Opened the scoring back in the first period. Left it for Blake Hoffer with a shot, and that's now back up to Mulvey. Touches it across Will Fagan. Over to the near side again, Mulvey. Takes a shot, and that one's blocked again by Ryan Hennigan. Now tough Blake Hoffer. Couldn't get that one by. And it's ahead for Lazara. That looked like side. Covered up by Preston.
Wow, couple of great, almost NHL type looking blocks here. I'm sorry, you're gonna. This one's just bringing it just a hair, but just enough.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that I'm pretty impressed with the Notre Dame blocks. I think that was Mulek of them, but if I'm not saying the right name, I'm sorry about that.
No, that was Ryan Hennigan, defenseman.
Okay.
Face-off taken by Notre Dame, backhanded down by Novak. He's got one of their 2 goals. You can feel the tension in this building. Glenbrook South's home rink, I would say probably as front. What a stop by Thomas Preston. Novak was looking for a second. Absolutely not, said the sophomore.
Wow. Deep, it was kind of like this slow little thing. And got it on a stick. You can see it's just kind of sitting here. You can't see the puck, but it'll come out, and then Deet just hits his man coming full stride down the slot, and Preston makes his save of the game.
It stays 2-2 between Glenbrook South, the number 5 seed, Notre Dame, the number 12. First 2 rounds of state playoffs are in the building of the home rink. That's why we're here at Glenview Ice Center. But earlier, I would say, John, that this is probably 75% Notre Dame fans in here, if not more, across both the parents and the students.
Quite know why that is, but we have such a beautiful facility here.
Anthony Pinto looking for a short side chance, but that one stopped. Lofted in, goes down below the goal line where it's picked up by Luke. Down, no call there. Wojtulewicz takes a shot, gloved by Thomas Preston. He'll keep play moving as he leaves it for Fagan. Fagan through the neutral zone, trying to get around Myers. He did. Fagan near side corner. Back below the net, Asher Vanderplug. Back up top, Cosmeter. Backhand pass to the near side, Luke Fagan. Playing our blind spot, now it goes below the goal line. Hoffer look for a centering pass, but it's intercepted. And here comes Alex Wojtulewicz. Sent this puck deep, bodied off by Will Fagan. So it's a board battle for the puck. Now man's taken down. Fans want a penalty, but I don't think there was enough there, John.
No, I just think it was a good hit. It was shoulder to shoulder.
Now Cosmeter goes across, Blake Hoffer, tough angle. Just couldn't get that one by. Now Owen Cosmeter below the goal line as it goes to the far side. Hoffer picks it back up, look for a centering pass, but it's picked off by the Dons. 5 minutes and some change here in the third period. 2-2 at the Glenview Ice Center.
Well, it's clear that the referee has lost his pee in his whistle.
Now here's Hennigan with a shot, and that one is blown dead.
I mean, he's really letting the boys play here. So you got to be thinking about, you know, don't stop your legs, don't stop your skating, don't stop stick handling, don't stop anything, because if you think something's going to get called, it looks like it probably is not going to get called. Can't be on the ice complaining about, hey, that should have been a penalty, right? To give the other team a half a man advantage.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single penalty in the third period, John. That's a good point. Both teams have had a 2-man advantage at given points of this game. Here's Hoffer with a shot, innocent looking one, but that one just sails past the right post. Diamos tried to get it back, he will, off a deflection. Diamos down below the net, deep, high in the air, Novak looking for it. It's settled down by Jonah Weiss, and out he comes. Weiss through the neutral zone, fires this one deep. Below the goal line, the goaltender Mulek plays it to the near side. Getting into that next goal wins type territory, John. Obviously 4 minutes is a lot of time. But at this point, you don't want to make the mistake that can cost your team its season.
Well, I see, 11 seniors on GBS's team. They just don't want this to end.
Of course. Looking for a date with either York or Hinsdale Central. That game going on at 8 o'clock tonight at Addison Ice Arena. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game. All the other are set. St. Viator going to play Glenbrook North. New Trier going to play St. Ignatius. Along with Loyola, who will play Lake Forest. Here comes Sweeto over the line. They're onside. Look to center it in the slot, knocked away by Will Fagan. Now here come the Titans looking to rush the other way. Counter at Hoffer takes a shot, stopped by Mulek. And the rebound pumped out, kept in the zone by Weiss. Good play. Now to Hoffer, centered at Jonah Weiss, just in his skates.
I thought Hoffer shot as he came through the middle of the ice, but then he waited. The angle was just too hard. Icing there on Notre Dame. They'll set up an offensive zone face-off for Glenbrook South. 2:52 to go in the third. John, what a show we've gotten to watch here tonight. GBS is out shooting Notre Dame 34-27, 2:52, 2-2, period 3. This is what it's all about.
Shots on goal 11-7 here in this period in favor of Glenbrook South. Here's Tutai with a shot. Looking for a second of the game. That's blocked by Hennigan once again. Here's another one save. Rebound! Kosmeter with a shot, and that's stopped. Puck is loose. Goalie out of position. Titans will have to cycle it back up top. Here's Jonah Weiss. Knocked away from him, and out of the zone it comes. Ryan Mulvey, the captain, will get to it first. Now Tutai. Just past Owen Kosmeter. No icing there, as they'll say it happened just past center ice. If your heart is pounding home, no matter who you're a fan of or even just watching with no horse in the race, I'm right there with you. La Palermo, left wing side, now Lazara. Takes a shot, tough angle. That one missed the cage. Kept in the zone. Launch Tulowitz to the stick of Ryan Mulvey, who intercepts. Lifts it high. Hoffer trying to pull this one ahead. He could not. Now Lazara comes across the line, left wing side. Takes a shot. Play it goes. We'll watch this chance GBS just had.
Yeah, it was just a lot of action. Backhander. I don't know which GBS player, I'm going to see it right here, who gets that. Just a haymaker slap shot opportunity right here. Hello! Just didn't get all of it, but Dylan, I got to just mention, 79 on Notre Dame. Those block shots, I mean, we've seen about 4 or 5 of them tonight. I mean, typically you don't see that too much in high school hockey, so he's really putting on a clinic as far as the block shots. That puck is not even getting, to Mulak. That's just NHL plays out there with those block shots.
Hockey, I'd love to see who some of the block shot leaders are in Glenbrook South. I know the Fagans are in that mix.
Well, here we go. Last minute.
1:05 left in period number 3. There will be no Zamboni before overtime. Here's a shot by Deet. That one goes wide to the left of the net. Now, Fagan out to the neutral zone. Chased back after by Krawchuk.
That was close because that was almost a 2-time deflection on that shot from the point for Notre Dame.
Now off the near boards, all the way down it goes. Centered it, nobody there. Luke Fagan making things difficult for him. Now Novak centered it, chip shot on Preston, he makes the stop.
Yeah, good shift by Novak. He's making it happen for Notre Dame. He's just doing it with his speed. He's beating GBS to the puck. He's getting it, he comes out of the corner here and he gives the backhanded pass, and then Deet just kind of tips it in the direction of Preston, and Preston just he's almost like picking up a puck down. It was going so slow, but some of those can be hard to handle.
So we have a timeout here with 0.2 seconds remaining in regulation. So just to preface you, right, it's 17-minute periods of 5-on-5 over. There is an ice cut after each 2 periods, right? So you think of the game, first and second period, ice cut. Third period, first overtime, ice cut. Second and third, overtime, ice cut. So every from the beginning of the game. So there would not be an ice cut after the third period. If we were to go to double overtime, then there would be.
Yeah, and that's something to consider. There's a lot of snow on the ice, and just going to make it a little bit more difficult. It might help the goaltenders a little bit. .31.2 on the clock.
Right circle face-off, offensive zone. Watch Tulowitz against Vanderplug. Watch Tulowitz wins it. It's taken back by Vanderplug to the near side. Looking to keep their season alive. Alex Tutai sends it in. That's turned away by Mulek. Far side Vanderplug takes a deflection. Meter over to Asher Van. 10 on the clock. Takes a shot. Tough angle. That one goes behind the net. Now sent towards the net. Deflected off Mulek's stick. 5 seconds left. La Palermo. Buzzer sounds on period number 3. 2-2 after 51 minutes of play, and we're going beyond 51 minutes of play.
All right, a 2-minute intermission. Dylan, I think both of these teams have fought really, really hard to where they are. Notre Dame might be more of the surprise here, right? Sit here and have an opportunity to win in advance, right? But they got to go up against Preston, and they got to go up against this GBS team, who's maybe a little bit more talented as far as the goal scoring is concerned. But we'll take a look. We'll see how it all unfolds here in a couple of seconds.
Mention is the teams will switch sides, so this is going to be the period of the long change. Shooting to our left, just as they did in the second period, right in front of that Notre Dame. On the clock for period 4. If you think, I mean, this is only the game to go to overtime in the state tournament so far. The last 32 beat Brother Rice just 17 seconds into the 4th period.
Well, Dylan, you know what I could really appreciate? Format for the overtime. You know, believe me, the United States won the gold medal. Those are the rules. But I just, in my heart, I thought that might be just an odd way to each team gets 5 guys on the ice and they get to battle it out, which is just kind of like a little bit more of my style.
All right, next goal wins the game. We will not play a shootout tonight. We'll see what happens between Glenbrook South and Notre Dame. Here's Lazara coming into the zone. Wadulowicz with a shot, and that's stopped by Preston. First shot on goal in the.
I like that. You know, there's nothing better than getting stopped down in the playoffs, or excuse me, in the overtime, and that was a pretty good stop.
Seconds into the 4th. Face-off taken by Notre Dame again. La Palermo below the goal line, now played to the near side. Brought out by Notre Dame and back into their own zone. Mulek, who tips it in right at the blue line. Goes down below the net, Ryan Mulvey. Side can't get it out past Mulek. Now Ryan Mulvey brings it up ice. This is not his final game in a Glenbrook South sweater after 4 years of service on the Varsity 1 squad. Now near side, watch Tulowitz. Swooping in there, Blake Hoffer, but watch Tulowitz keeps it. Now Teddy McCrulis finally steals, takes a shot on Mulek. He makes the save and keeps Mulek over to the far side for La Palermo. Now out on 2. Has 2 Titan defenders to beat, the better ones too. Now watch Tulowitz able to get to that puck below the goal line. Jonah Weiss. And Teddy McCrulis to the near side for Blake Hoffer. Hoffer down the left wing side, wraps around the net. Off a skate up to Luke Fagan. Side for Jonah Weiss. Blake Hoffer has it, takes a shot, penalty coming. GBS is going to go to the power play here, looking to end this game with a PPG.
Dylan, that was you know, Hoffer's coming in. He's got all the speed on him. He comes into the corner, and I don't know who this was that just GBS player. I don't know what kind of opportunity you wished for at this point, but this is it.
Yeah.
You know, like
play opportunities tonight, haven't scored. They had a 5-on-3 for a while. Puck falls and they win the face-off. Ryan Mulvey, right point. Down to Asher Vanderplug, near side Cosmeter. Just pops over his stick. Notre Dame tries to clear, and they will, but not all the way down. Blake Hoffer slows it down in the neutral zone. Hoffer comes over the line, right. Just sizzles past the net. Now Cosmeter, left point. Sends it down low. Asher Vanderplug pulls it free, backhands it to the near side for Cosmeter. Then he gets offer, he did, goes across to an open Luke Fagan. He takes a shot, save made. Rebound backhander, also stopped by Mulek. Vanderplug is hacking and whacking. And now some extracurriculars after the play. Golden for the Titans.
wow, they really worked this puck really well. Mulek makes a great save on the first shot, then the backhander. Now, I just want to say for Vanderplug, right, and that looked more egregious than it was. There was no whistle, so you just keep on going until you hear that whistle. And what that looked like was a couple jabs into Mulek, the goaltender, and the rest of the Notre Dame team didn't like that, but there was no whistle.
Vanderplug against Diamos at the face-off circle. Side, he wins it again. Played to the near side for Blake Hoffer. Sends it down below the line. Will Fagan back. Luke Fagan, right point. Down to Asher Vanderplug, right circle. Vanderplug near side, Cosmeter just past his stick. Owen Cosmeter, who opened the scoring. Back up to Luke Fagan, right point. Takes a shot, that's Cosmeter, back up top, Luke Fagan. Got it to Owen Cosmeter. What a save made by Mulek.
God, Will Fagan had a great tip.
Now cleared out of there by the Dons. Power play has 30 seconds remaining on it for the Titans. Luke Fagan trying to knock a man off the puck. Look out, loose in the slot. And the black sweaters will grab possession back. Here's Blake Hoffer. Hoffer coming over the line. Cosmeter picks a screen. Hoffer centers it. Here's a shot. Vanderplug by Mulek again. Now Hoffer keeps it in the zone with a glove. Cosmeter with some pressure. Krawchuk able to. Now look out. The Dons are going to try and come up ice. We're back to 5-on-5 play. Titans do not score on the power play. Wow.
That was a fast power play.
Now Lemke. And Preston steers it aside. Titans and Dons, for that matter, fighting to propel their team into the quarterfinals on Saturday next week. Or this week, I should say. Luke Fagan sends it in. Notre Dame looking to clear it out. Hoffer touches it. Okay, John, we've got a couple things to look at. Two great saves made by Mulek.
Yeah, this is gonna, I mean, this is just ripped right to the side. He gets that left pad on there. And
here's the deflection. This is still the first one. We'll look at the second one when we can, but look at this tip by Will Fagan.
Yeah, I mean, what a great stop, because that puck was 2 feet. It's down by his ankles. That comes up and bounces off his chest.
Blake Hoffer over to the far side. Luke Fagan into the zone. Now Alex Tutai looks over his options, sends it back up to the left point. Mendoza, but it's in his skates. Now near side corner, Weiss pulls it free. Jonah Weiss goes up to Hoffer, takes a shot. That one just wide of the cage. Now look out, breakaway pass intended for Watch. Pass his stick and crisis averted there for Glenbrook South. This is the second save from that.
Yeah, Hoffer coming back around the net, and I think it hits 95 on Notre Dame. Lemke, and it actually doesn't get to the goalie, I don't think, so Lemke makes a big play.
Yeah, you're exactly right on that one, John. Good call. Titans control off the... Plug tipped it. Some fans thought it was in for a moment, but it's sitting on the back of the net, eventually covered up by the goaltender.
It did look like it was on the inside of the net, but it was on the outside. It was a nice redirection by Vanderploeg.
Yeah, there it is, just sitting there.
Wow, let me just take, okay.
Back to live action we go. Kosmeter at the blue line keeps it in. Makrulis gets his pocket picked. And here comes Notre Dame, near side. Watch Tulowitz. Tried to center it, but it's taken back by the Titans. Here comes Asher Vanderploeg through the neutral zone. Gets it ahead, Owen Kosmeter. Tried to get it back to Vanderploeg, but couldn't connect with him. Now Makrulis. Taken back by Lazara. Around the boards and out. Or not quite out, but deflected out on the follow-up. John, you wanted to see that one more time?
Yeah, it's a redirection right there. I mean, it almost looked like it went in and somehow snuck through a little hole and ended up on the outside of the net, but obviously it was a little bit wide. It was just, it's a nerve-wracking play, even for a broadcaster. It's like, you think it's in?
Yeah, I was about to call the goal, John. Here's a face-off, quick shot by the Titans and covered up by Mulek.
Wow. Mulek makes his 42nd save of the night. That was a pretty big one because that was a hard shot.
Michael Mulek has had all the action for Notre Dame in the regular season. 11:24 to go in the fourth period. Here's Tutai with a shot. That one smothered. Mendoza takes a shot and the stick goes flying. Puck bounces all the way out to the neutral zone. Goes down deep to get his stick while the Titans reset. Here comes Jonah Weiss. Period of the long get. Could be a factor here. Novak. Now Luke Fagan with a shot. That gets blocked. Notre Dame flips it out. Braden Mendoza back in his own zone. Over to Luke Fagan. Back to Jonah Weiss. Here comes Weiss through the neutral zone. Over the line, left wing side. Weiss gets it knocked off his stick. And the Dons will try and clear. They cannot get it past the blue line. Luke Fagan keeps it in. Fagan to the right circle, takes a shot. Save made by Mulek again. Now Novak leading the charge the other way. Some tired bodies out there, but here comes Deet trying to beat Mendoza. Gets it to the net. Thomas Preston will cover up, and both teams will get to change. After the play, Jonah Weiss is crashed into and sent down to the far side corner. It doesn't look like we're going to get a penalty call there.
Dylan, I don't think we're going to get a penalty call, but I'm going to tell you that ref is standing right there and he put his whistle up. If that was any other situation than this, that would have been a penalty call.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's going to take something pretty blatant to send someone to the box in overtime. We have already seen a penalty called in this overtime, but I would say it's pretty obvious, John, the Garrett Myers cross-checking call.
All right, GBS has got to win or draw here.
Vanderploeg ready against O'Flaherty. He wins it to Will Fagan. Now near side, Asher Vanderploeg, also a 4-year member of this team.
So proud of those guys, man. So proud of them for, I mean, not only that, is
Vanderploeg with a shot.
Making these teams as freshmen, and if I'm understanding that correctly.
Yeah,
I mean,
you would be understanding that correctly.
Right? And under the tutelage of Jim Philbin, I mean, they're getting a great education. They're getting great coaching. Really admire them.
Blake Hoffer, 3-year guy. He's the senior.
Oh, another one.
Face-off won by GBS. Ryan Mulvey to the deflection. Ups free to the near side. Will Fagan keeps it in left point. Now Asher Vanderploeg to the net. Kicked out of there by Mulek. Owen Kosmeter. Now Vanderploeg gets to the free puck. Back up to the right point, Ryan Mulvey. Sends it down, Mulek. Play this one out to the neutral zone. Anthony Sweto. In. Back the other way, puck being chased after by Garrett Myers. Off zone again. Who's going to be the hero at Glenview Ice Center? Only one more goal. Here's Makrulis, and I believe he hit the crossbar. If not, it was stopped by Mulek. What happened there as we're halfway through OT.
He got part of that pipe.
Now here comes Notre Dame. Partial break down the left wing side. They try and pull it to the backhand, but could not get the shot off on Preston. Now La Palermo dumps it in. Cord just fell out of my headset, John. That could have been disaster if we missed the OT call. But not yet. Teddy Makrulis down the left wing side, gets around a man, takes a shot, save, rebound, Weiss! He scores! Titans advance to the quarterfinal, 3-2 in overtime. Big time 3 round of 32. And that one, John, the
went up and hugged Jim Philbin, and I think Jim Philbin hugged him back. It's always good to see, Jonah Weiss puts up a lot of points, but he doesn't get. But boy, he just buried that one when we get to see it on the replay.
Look, that was one heck of a fight by them. They were the lower seed. A lot of people, if you ask them, would say that, they were going to out in this one just based on the seeds, and all due respect to them. It's just that the SHL competition is a little higher level. Hung in there, John, and I want to personally tip my hat to Michael Mulek in net, who will finish the night with 45 saves.
And so many of them were just so outstanding. And he even got a stick to the shoulder earlier in the game, and he really got hurt. Preston and Mulek, the last ones to give a nice congratulations. But for everybody out there, this high school hockey is the way to go. I mean, it's very exciting. Notre Dame put up a great battle and just made it nerve-wracking for probably a lot of the GBS fans.
John, let's have a look at the game winner by the senior Jonah Weiss.
Right, Jonah Weiss, Makrulis. It was actually a rebound of Jonah Weiss's own shot. So there's a couple shots here. First, Nick Makrulis tips it up. Boom, that's the first shot. And then he's like, thank you very much. You're just giving me a gaping net, and I got to put this puck in. There you go. There's the first shot, second shot. Enters the twine, and then the celebrations begin.
All right, boys. You're playing in the state quarterfinals against either the York Dukes or the Hinsdale Central Red Devils. That game is happening in about 30 minutes from now over at Addison Ice. A couple of them might make the trip over and scout the opponent.
Well, I don't know what to say. Philbin's still sitting on the ice talking to the referee, but they came. And Jonah Weiss is the hero, and he put that puck in and, got to celebrate with his teammates. So I'm just GBS's team, regardless of whether their next game is on date night or not.
Jonah Weiss gets the game-winning goal at 8:56 overtime. This was one heck of a game. 2-2 the final score in overtime. The Titans goals tonight from Owen Cosmeter and Jonah Weiss, and Notre Dame did not make it easy for this.
And their team called Mulak, and and his brother played a great game. And played a great game with the block shots. Tonight it just wasn't enough, but that's why you school sport of hockey is just phenomenal.
All right, well, up next for the Titans, the state quarterfinals. That will be Saturday. That one on SHL Network. That is a wrap for the Varsity One coverage on the South Hockey Network. Thank you all so much for providing all of these broadcasts for you for the Glenbrook South, whether it's home, away, in Cleveland, in Jamestown. We do every single game here that is not broadcasted elsewhere. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing play-by-play or what for the rest. Will probably most definitely be on all the rest of the broadcasts. So, John,
this team is proud of you, and Gerard, Boris. So much time, and you're just such a positive thing for this team, and I appreciate you letting me have the opportunity to call a few games with you. I get to be with my son, but you guys do a fantastic job, and I just wish you well moving forward.
Yes, Gerard Boris, as a senior, he'll be graduating this year. That's the reason he does it in the first place. It's been one heck of a run on the South Hockey Network as we've known it for the last 4 years. Future for you in the coming seasons. But for right now, that does it for this season's coverage. Again, SHL Network on YouTube, 6 o'clock p.m. If you want to go to the game, West Meadows Ice Arena, it's a $5 entry fee. But hey, it's do or die for the rest of the season. So for our entire group, Joe Hoffer, Gerard Boris, our great video producer as always. That's John Ward. I'm Dylan. Out with us on this Monday evening. One more time, the final in overtime on the South Hockey Network.